Cloud. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me turn my video on. Hope you guys are all doing well on this another Monday, the 23rd of November, and time is definitely motoring. So if you guys could can all see my screen, fantastic. So we're going to be talking, guys, about Bitcoin and not only the dominance of it, but why we are using it to grow our opportunities. And especially what we're going to be sharing with you tonight is a sneak peek into a page I've just been creating to talk about one of the new investments that's about to showcase. So you can see the background there. We've got a timer. We've got 21 days. Some of you guys know what that means. Some of you don't, but you'll know more by the time I am done on tonight's webinar. And so we'll be sharing with you. In fact, who's brand new to the call tonight? Do let me know. Put a 1 in the chat if you're new to the call, and we will show you some love and maybe even show you some Bitcoin. Who knows? I feel today may be the day. And if you don't remind me, I'm going to end up doing the call without maybe doing a Bitcoin giveaway. So anyway, I want to first of all invite you to have a look at the investment group that comprises a suite of companies. Hold on, Rabu.
Rabu Gary here.
So you're going to hear from this gentleman in a minute. He's already ready to go, right? Which is great. So tonight's format is, well, some of you guys are definitely not new attendees, but great to have you back with us. I'm going to be sharing with you this investment group, which I'm really excited about, because it gives each and every one of us an opportunity to grow our Bitcoin, okay? And if you've never heard of Bitcoin, or if you've never really got involved with Bitcoin, again, we're going to be talking to you in a very short period of time of how you can get started, how you can get set up, and more importantly, how you can constantly grow your Bitcoin, okay? We're here to show why that may be a really good investment strategy for you to do so, and partnering with what we're doing here. Okay, all right, awesome, great to have family on. Cool. So let's check this out. We're going to show you a way in which you can make money, guys, without having to sell, recruit, refer, without telling a single soul, and how you can grow and make money on a regular basis, okay? And so I'm going to hand it over to Rabu Gary, who created this investment group. And when I got started with this several months now, I spoke to some of the people that were part of this group, and then I heard more about this gentleman and what he's been able to achieve. And so without further ado, I want you to hear directly from him from this short recording, and then I'm going to go into tonight's webinar. So sit back and turn up your volume.
Rabu Gary here with United Investment Group International. If you were invited to this page, you were probably having a conversation with a friend or a business partner of yours, and they were explaining with you the success that they've been having with our investment programs here. Before I go into any detail, I want to mention a couple of things. This is not sales. We're not looking for any salespeople. There's no startup costs. We're not looking for any recruiters. We don't have any trainings, any monthly meetings, anything like that. Now, if you like to do that, that's fine. That's just not us. We primarily make all of our money off investment opportunities. Now, I want to make this clear. We don't deal in the stock market. We don't deal with securities. We don't deal with life insurances or anything like that. So again, no sales, no stocks, no life insurances, no securities, none of the above. You don't need to have a license or broker's license to be part of our group, okay? And primarily our group consists of a ton of people who are making great money. Now, this is not uncommon for someone to be making anywhere between $200 a day to over 20 grand a day with our group. And I'll mention that again, $200 a day to over 20 grand a day with our investment portfolio. Let me talk a little bit about our investment portfolio. We don't believe in putting all your eggs in one basket. I'm sure you don't believe in that either. Many of you probably work, you may have a traditional business, maybe you do dibble and dabble in the market, so on and so forth. Well, we have another way that you can make some serious money without blood, sweat, and tears, without, putting more time on your plate. As we all know, this is something that you can set it and forget it. And so with our portfolio, we have a couple of different spaces. One is the cryptocurrency space. I'm sure you are familiar with cryptocurrency by now, or even their flagship, Bitcoin. But we deal in different parts of the cryptocurrency space. Another lane for us is mortgage notes. It's like real estate on steroids. The thing about mortgage notes, you can learn a lot about them, but you have to have an in order to participate in that arena. And now you have an in with us. And then lastly, we have Amazon stores, and Amazon stores.
Come on, Ravi.
It's absolutely incredible. They're set it and forget it. You know, you'll have a store that's working for you. You don't have to lick a stamp, you know, or fold an envelope or mail a
right. So that gave you a good flavor into what our investment group is about. It's primarily we're growing your Bitcoin account, so you can Bitcoin in, Bitcoin out. But we've got a quite diverse range of investments, guys. So as you heard on the short recording there, our investments are low risk investments. We're generating a regular daily return, and the returns that we're receiving, we can put that back into our Bitcoin wallet, which is absolutely fantastic. We've got a real, you know, group, over 30,000 strong in his Facebook group of different people who've had different successes. And, you know, like I said earlier, this was my go-to when I was checking this out for myself. And I was like, this is really good. You know, been able to interact with a couple of people that had made some really good money. And I actually followed their strategy when I first got started in August. And so now we're in November, coming close to December. And I'm telling you guys, the best is yet to come. I mean, you know, we're doing really great stuff, but we're not sitting on our laurels on what we found. So we've got a Facebook group community here that you can plug into as well. The great thing here, guys, is that we're going to show you how you can get started and making money literally from today onwards. You, of course, need a Bitcoin wallet. So if you're brand new to Bitcoin in the world of cryptocurrency, we're going to show you how to set yourself up with one of those. Whoever's invited you onto tonight will probably have a recommendation of what they're using. And so go with what they're using. Obviously, they're having success with that. And, you know, to get you your level of education up, I'm going to share with you a couple of companies that will also teach you how to get your knowledge base up, okay? Which is really important when you're dealing with this kind of industry, especially if you're brand new, if you're not coming from a space where you're used to trading different currencies or even in the crypto space, which is a very, very new industry, very new market. We're talking about maybe less than 5% of the world's population is involved in. So the fact that you are on this call right now, actually involved in crypto, congratulations. I'll take my hat off to you because you're definitely, you know, separating yourself from the masses. And so this will just walk you through the different Bitcoins, how to get started and stuff like that. And then we'll talk about in a minute the different programs that Rabu has been mentioning. You heard some of them earlier today. I want to look at the markets real quick. I would like to see what the market's up to. And there's a couple of cryptocurrencies that we are heavily got our eye on. Tron is one of them. TRX is the ticker, and of course Bitcoin. And so I go to this website, CoinMarketCap. It gives me an overview of the market, and I'll just post this in the chat as well for those of you that want to do your research. Guys, if you're just coming on, please mute your line so there's no background noise on the recording. So those of you who've been around since the first times I've been doing these webinars, you've seen Bitcoin grow, you know, very aggressively over the last, especially the last 30 days. And so Bitcoin is now over $18,000. And so last week, I believe it was around 17,000 when I was doing this webinar, and maybe the week before that, maybe around 15. So every week upon week, your Bitcoin is growing. And just through a couple of the investments that we have our money in, at default, though, that will just grow, okay, which is fantastic. And so you can see Ethereum in the last week alone has grown by 28%. So those of you who had Ethereum, held on to Ethereum from the earlier part of this year, you would have seen Ethereum, you know, really shoot up in value. So there's a lot of great cryptos. You can see right now, Bitcoin's dominance is about 62% in the market. So it's great to have your investment in BTC for sure, but you also want to have your investment in some of the other coins as you go and you grow in your knowledge and in your endeavors in this space. Normally I like to look at what's happened in the last 24 hours, but because we're in a bull market right now where Bitcoin is ascending, I want to look at what's happened in the last week. So for those of you who had Ripple, Ripple's almost doubled in value. It's now, 56 cents. It was around 24 cents or so, not only about maybe a week or so ago. And waves, I pretty much every week talk about waves of some way or manner, because it's definitely making waves. It's gone up by 58% in the last week. And again, Cardano and Stellar Loomis, if you've got Stellar, these are great assets to have. So alongside your Bitcoin, you can see some of these are growing very aggressively, and no more aggressively than Ripple right now. So definitely you may want to look at that. But tonight, guys, I'm going to be focusing heavily on Bitcoin, the grandfather, the granddaddy of it all, where it all started in 2008/2009. And this was back in June. And I've been saying on pretty much a lot of these webinars that if Bitcoin, and this was obviously when it was around $10,000, if their expectation of Bitcoin to double to 20,000, now it's at 18,500. It's probably easier for us to believe it's going to maybe happen this year, and / maybe January, as opposed not happening at all, right? We're getting very much closer to it. And I do believe at one point it actually spiked at about $19,000 for one Bitcoin, because you can see already the massive growth that's happened in that space. And long may it continue, guys. Long may it continue. So I want to be diving more right into this whole investment group that you heard from Rabu, and those of us on the call tonight, we're all part of that. And guys, like I said, I've been doing this a while now. Came across Bitcoin initially, got serious in it with about 2015 when Bitcoin was around 500 bucks. So to see it going from 500 back up to 20,000, because it was 20,000 at one brief point in time, it's only just making its way back up to where it had been previously, which is very exciting. So I want to share with you on this presentation tonight the whole setup, okay, that you can plug yourself into. And I strongly recommend, don't cherry pick. Try and have a balanced portfolio. Just like we have, if we have a portfolio in different stocks, you don't want all your stocks in the same sector. For example, you may want some in the tech sector, you may want some in the real estate, you may, different industries, right? Pharmaceutical, you want to have a good array. And so tonight, no difference. I'm going to show you an array of different investments that you can tap into and benefit from. So these are the companies, some of the companies we are putting our money to work on, and making that grow, making that do the hard work. Typically, guys, to have 100 millionaires by 2023, I don't think that's really a far-fetched thing to happen, to achieve, right? If you just think about it, if one Bitcoin is expected to make about $500,000 over the next couple of years, other analysts believe one Bitcoin will be worth over $1 million in maybe the next 5 years or so. So I don't think it's out of the realm. And when you see what I'm going to share with you, you can see how that's going to be a reality more than like a pipe dream, right? So really important. This, I look at this and I'm like, man alive, people in 2020 are saying they wish they got into Bitcoin. Do you believe, do you realize Bitcoin was around 7,000 this year? All right. So there was an opportunity where you could have almost looked like you was trebling your Bitcoin if you got in and held it. If you had the ability to have Bitcoin, even if you didn't have a whole Bitcoin, you could have bought a fraction of a Bitcoin. But guys, we are nowhere near where Bitcoin is, predicted to end up at, and so it's all about doing what you can with the time you have right now. Of course, every time you get more knowledge, every time you do your own due diligence, you make a more confirmed, educated decision on where you're at. So if you're brand new to this stuff, or even if you've been around, you might have just felt, okay, it's not going to happen, but we can see what's playing out right in front of our very eyes, right? And so I want to play this very short clip, guys, because some of you guys may have know this gentleman in the background. I've seen Grant Cardone speak in London before, and this guy, he's different level. I just tell that out there. For some people, he's not their cup of tea or whatever. But I want you to listen to this very short clip. Go.
Who's got money in the bank? You're earning 0.015% no matter what they tell you. 0.015%. All right, so it'll take you, maybe you're earning 0.025%. That's not 2.5%. That's 1/4 of 1%. Take you 4 years to earn 1% on your money. So when my mom was alive, my mom could earn 12% on her money, 12% a year on her money. 100 grand was 112,000 at the end of 1 year. Today, that would take 83 years to earn the same money. So anybody in the room that's got money in the bank, sorry, you're financially illiterate. You get an F. It's ridiculous.
All right, and he drops the mic. And seriously, guys, all right, Grant.
Who's got money in the bank?
Seriously, you know, it's really important, guys, that more now than ever, that you do something to grow your capital. And it has to be outside of the banking system, because the banking system isn't designed for you to win and make the money for you to retire on. Unfortunately, the world isn't designed with your best interests at heart. I'm sure I'm not the first person to tell you that. And I'm sure we haven't got 83 years to see our money make a little bit of extra money just to beat inflation. You've got to have way more things going for you, right? So before I go any further, all the information I'm sharing with you, in this presentation is not financial advice. You know, you need to do your own due diligence, make your own, come to your own conclusions. We are just sharing with you, whoever's invited you on, we're sharing with you from our personal experience, things that we're doing to boost our economy, our own economy. And guys, we're going to be really we want to make you have empowerment. We want you to be the bank instead of the bank, having the safety, security of keeping your money in there, and you're ending up with what Grant just spoke about, right? So again, there's no guarantees that you will experience the same results. Cannot guarantee you anything besides deaths and taxes. But I'm going to show you things that are working, right? And so that's really important. What's working right now to grow your account? So another financial educator that I love listening to. I had a fortune of hearing from Robert in London again at an event that he spoke at. And he's been really big from the time I started to get into this world of finance and really looking at financial freedom. His books really helped in that regard. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and the Cash Flow Quadrant was just amazing. Opened up my eyes on how I could go from where I was when I used to work in a job, how I can work my way from giving up that job and be on this side so I can earn money passively and also be, on this, big investor and put that money to work as an investor. Those of you on this webinar tonight, we're talking about not exchanging your time for money, which is our most precious commodity, right? We want to now, don't be a slave to the money. We want our money to go out to work for us, okay? And so ultimately, we're going to share with you things that, complement each other on tonight's webinar. So this is going to be your definition, whether you like playing golf or not, right? Whatever you want to do, you can do it and know that your money is going to be working harder for it than you are ultimately. So let's look at one of the companies that make up this portfolio, because there's a few of them that I'm going to be sharing with you tonight. And so Cash FX is definitely one of them that fits this mold, because they allow us to have a passive stream of income without us necessarily having to do the work. All right, so you can see this person, imagine that person is you, and you're just gleaming, like you're beaming from ear to ear. You've got multiple, by the end of tonight's webinar, guys, I'm going to show you how you can have more income streams than you've got fingers to work with, right? So they'll just be coming in passively for you. And of course, you can do more if you want to activate and you make even more money from it, right? So it says up to 20% monthly. It can actually be more than that. And I'll say that's on the average. So we're going to be talking about the Forex industry real quick. Anybody new to the Forex industry on this call, put a 2 in the chat for me, please. We are talking about an industry that's over $6 trillion in value. Over 6 trillion, guys. But, it dwarfs the futures market. It dwarfs the equities market and the New York stock market. You can put the crypto market in there and it still wouldn't dent the amount of money that's generated from the Forex market. So You're going to check this out. I love this fact. I came across this whole world of trading when I used to be on the dealing floor at JP Morgan in my earlier days, in my early career. And it opened up my eyes to this whole world of finance, especially when I went to Goldman Sachs thereafter. I was like, wow, this is how money's made, right? When they did an IPO, I saw like the transformation. In fact, they were extremely successful before the IPO. And then after that, you just saw the amount of, you know, the trappings of wealth that happened thereafter. But cash effects are in this industry, not only because it is the most liquid industry on the planet. Look at that, right? It's the amount of money that's made from teaching, learning to trade. Right now, during this lockdown situation, more people are turning to the internet, wanting to find out how they can trade, how they can make money from the internet. There's more startup companies. I've been spending over the last 10 years, I can't remember, I dare not remember the thousands of dollars I've invested in my education. This company is not going to charge you a penny for the education. In fact, the education kind of got put on hold because of COVID. So they're going to be rolling out new phases to it. So why do we like the Forex market? I mentioned it's the most liquid financial market in the world. The trading volume is incredible. It's insane. I've got so many people sharing me their strategies. They're making money while they're at work using the Forex market. I mean, it's just amazing. Historically proven to be recession proof. Wouldn't you want to be in that industry? You know, we are in a global recession coming to a country near you, unfortunately. But guys, you have something you can do. You can insulate yourself from the madness that's going on by leveraging your money into some of these companies we're talking about, and being able to obviously, you know, still do whatever you're doing. That's a really key thing here. So you're leveraging your money, making the most out of it. These are the founders of the company. You know, they just celebrated their year anniversary, based out in Panama. I had the good fortune of meeting these guys. Really done well for themselves. The software that they're using to trade and make us money is the software they use to make themselves a fortune from the crypto market. So this company, you start from $300 all the way up to $100,000. You put in, you know, you put in where you fit in, right? There, you know, not everybody's going to start at 300, and not everybody's definitely not going to start at 100,000. But you start where you can start. That's the main thing. Get started, because this company allows you to upgrade from one level to another. So as you're making profits, as the company's making profits, upgrade that to the next level. That's the smart money. I literally just did that with my cousin the other day. And so you get two different ways in which they make money for you: the bear capital, the bull capital. Two different ways, guys. I'm only going to really focus on the bear capital tonight. Don't have time to go into the referral side, but whoever's invited you can invite you on to a webinar which will explain more. Now, the bear capital, for all of us passive people, we can earn up to 2 times our money. Isn't that fantastic? We don't need to do a single thing besides get started. The bull capital, if you do decide to get excited and you share it with somebody because you're like, wow, I'm getting some results here, you can share it with your friend, and your friend gets the same results. Guess what? The company's going to reward you extremely well. And so let's look at how the packages break down. Let's say you started with $1,000. You had 70% of that gets traded. So $700 gets traded in a trade account on your behalf until it makes up to 2 times its trading volume. So $1,000, it will stop earning that $2,000. Now, before it gets to $2,000, they give you an option to upgrade. And you want to take that option, because if it does hit 2 times your money, you won't have that option anymore. And it's a great way for you to step your way from one level to another. The other 30% of the money that you came in with goes into the Trade Academy. And so that Trade Academy is the education part that you can learn from. If you want to learn how to trade, they're going to give you the ability. The nice thing I like about this, the fact that they earn us a nice return, is that if you need to make now money, immediate money, you can make 150 fast start immediately paid to your account. They also get a unilevel bonus, which basically another part of their compensation plan. So you can get paid the fast start immediately, and on a weekend you can get what they call a unilevel bonus. And again, make it up to 2 times your initial outlay. So total of up to 4 times your initial 1,000 that you came in with. Now, one thing I would say to you, don't make this the end of your journey. Don't make this the end of your cash effects life. You'll be making a big mistake. Make this just the beginning. This is where it starts, guys. When it gets too close to making 2 times your money and you start upgrading, you can then, you know, keep going up the levels and keep growing your account. All right, that makes sense. Using the money that you've made, not spending it. You're talking about reinvesting into yourself and making that make you more money so that you've got more at the end of the week. That kind of the way I look at it, right? So trading results, what have they done? They trade anywhere between 5 to 15%. Is the max will be 15. The most I've ever seen it, and I've seen it pretty much from the onset, is 13%, around 13%. So to make that in a week, guys, every week consistently without fail, I can set my watch by the email I get that they told me my money's ready for me on a Saturday, and I withdraw it. It's just like, it's not failed. Not one Saturday have they not been able to deliver. And that is really important. Consistency, because there are lots of companies out there that promise you fantastic returns. But guess what, guys? They are not around, you know? So you've got to, I suppose, strike that balance. And this is why this portfolio of different companies we're working with allows us to have that balance. And of course, you can go off everything. These companies have been evaluated because they complement each other. The other thing that you get through being a customer is that you get this force matrix, guys. And this is one of the most powerful matrices I've seen. What happens is, as people join Cash Effects, whether you invited them or somebody else invited them, they can drop underneath your personal matrix. And as they withdraw money, Cash Effects has a 20% withdrawal fee, which feeds this bonus and feeds a couple of other bonuses. So they don't take that money. That money is reinvested into you. In fact, I'm so grateful for this bonus. It's actually one of my favorite parts of the company, without a doubt. Now, companies out there make a fortune on the fees, transaction fees. And I see this as free money, guys. This is absolutely free money. You got involved because you want to make a return every week. They say, all right, what we're going to do, we're going to give you this bonus as well. Normally, for you to make residual income, and I've been making residual income for over 20 years. For you to make residual income, you normally have to build an army of people, a network of people. Robert Kiyosaki talks about, you know, you need to build a network of people. So that's where the whole networking side of life comes in. With this company, guys, you can absolutely not even refer a single person and still end up with people in your network, in your matrix that pays you every 2 weeks. And I'm telling you guys, this is no small feat of money we're talking about here. Some people live for this every 2 weeks. You're looking at one of them, right? So 3% on your first level, all the way down to your 10th level, total of 88,000 members, if that is totally maxed out. Now, the way this works is you don't need to have it filled out. The moment somebody lands on this level, whether you invite them or not, and they do a withdrawal, you're getting paid. Simple as that, right? And so your goal is, if you're going to refer people, get your top 3 people on the, you know, your first line and help them, and then get to this level 7, where you can make up to 30% now on people withdrawing. That person who's withdrawing on your level 1, let's say, you know, somebody withdrawing 2,000 or 10K on level 1, and you got paid 3% of the 20% fee. Check this out, of the withdrawal fee. Check this out. When they get to the level 7 and they're doing the same work, and by the chances, guys, just through natural progression, they would have probably upgraded their account to a much higher package than when they first joined on, you know, on day 1. That amount on your level 7 will become a lot more than it was on your first initial level when you first started. So just by you staying the course with this, letting them trade for you, making the money, and if you're, you know, if you're fortunate, you get some spillover, what we call spillover. If you personally refer these people, then guess what? It opens you up not only to the other bonuses I mentioned, but the fast start and the unilevel, but you also get a match on the what we call the force matrix. So you now get 10% of whatever they earned, right? When they get their returns every 2 weeks. Now, this is one important caveat I want to say. You can come in at $300, $500 because that's all your entry level allows you to do to get started. But over time, you're going to end up with people on your level 5, level 6, level 7, maybe. Ultimately, you want to definitely have, you know, get to that point. Now, if you are only on your 300 and you stayed there, but you had people on your level 7, you're not going to get paid on them, because you can only get paid if you have the right size contract. So by you saying at the 300 level and you've got people on your level 4 or level 5 doing withdrawals, you're leaving a lot of money on the table, all right? And so as you progress in Cash Effects, reinvest that money, keep growing it, get to a point where your business hasn't run away from you in terms of you're not leaving no money on the table. You're capitalizing on every single thing the company has to offer you. All right. So again, this is a sleeping giant, this bonus, and definitely one you want to definitely tap into and remember. And like I said, guys, they have a ton of they've got a career plan, right? You can go anywhere from picking up an iPad or the cash equivalent to a Lamborghini or the cash equivalent, right? If fast cars ain't your thing, just go for the value that they're going to pay you. You're going to pay you up to 375,000 at the top level. Now, nobody's got that right now. So, you know, the company's just reached over 100,000 members. They've been going since July 2019. They are set up to be a legacy company, guys. This is really important because not a lot of companies have that intent. They don't have no intention besides taking your money and not really delivering it back to you. This company is on the flip side of that. These are one of the good guys that you want to definitely put some money in, get started, and let them grow your account for you. Okay, and it says here the average millionaire has 7 sources of income. Just in Cash Effects, guys, they've got 7 different income streams. I mean, it's unbelievable, right? Just in that one program, and I've not even gone to my second program yet. So I hope you guys are ready. Get yourself ready for the next company that we're going to be talking about. And guys, this is a company that has really become one of my favorite out of the investment groups that we've got access to. Auto BTC, guys, it's a one-time entry level, just like in Cash Effects. Cash Effects could be that one-time entry level to get you started, and then you can build your profits from there. So what I love about this is a low risk, guys, high potential, just like Cash Effects, low risk entry level. No wonder why you're smiling, right? So let's have a look at this. They are an education company, right? Pure and simple education out there. And you can do really well from going through their education. You can also do really well from their compensation plan. And so we're going to talk about the way they reward you through you getting started, just by you saying, you know what, I want to get my Bitcoin into this company to get myself started. Now, on this page, it doesn't show you the feeder level, because the company hasn't updated that on their website. But when they first started, they only had level 1, which was 0.0167 Bitcoin. Now you can actually get started a lot cheaper, right? So just going to show you the structure. In fact, let me show you on this the next one in a bit more detail. But this is a 2x2 matrix, different to what we just saw with Cash Effects, which has got a 3x10 matrix. This one is very different. This one, it basically involves cycling out of this current matrix into the next one. And so you have two levels. Your first level of people, they don't pay you. The second level set of people goes to you. And we'll break that down in more detail. And so you have 3 people paying you back whatever you started with, and then the 6th person cycles you out of this current matrix. So let's have a look at that. We're going to say, for the ease of explanation, right? You know, 1.0056 is $70, roughly. That was about 50 quid. Now, let me just look at what the market is looking like today, guys. If I go to one of my favorite sites to do my quick checker, I want to look at 0.0056. What is that in BTC? What is that in dollars in today's money? Because 1 BTC now is 18,500. In fact, guys, I want to do a little, we've got about 30 people on here. Now, Bitcoin right now is 18,450. I want you to put a guess into the chat between the course of now and, 10 minutes before. No, actually, do it within the next few minutes. Just put in what you think Bitcoin will be by the end of my webinar. And whoever's closest, I'm going to give them something. So let's just look at that, right? 0.0056. That's $103. So whoever got involved in Auto BTC previously, they would have paid about $70, right? Now it's about $103. So let's look at this. If you got started and now it's up a little bit, great. Because when you get paid out, you're going to get paid 3 times what you came in with, right? So let's have a look at that. This is a simple 2x2 follow me matrix. That means it's going to follow you, you know, from one level to another, which is great. You don't lose people in this program. As long as they signed up through your referral link, you don't lose them. And so this is you got Bob and Sue either side. And these are, of course, your first two people. You don't get paid on Bob and Sue, right? You get paid on what Bob and Sue does, which is cool. So if Bob brings in two people and he brings in two people, guess what? You just got paid and you just got cycled out the program, which is fantastic. So let's have a look at this in more detail now. Remember, this is your pay line, okay? So just 3 people in. And what I love about this, the value of getting involved, that $100 right now to get involved, it's worth the admission, guys. When I show you what you can end up with at the end of the day with cash, with Auto BTC, the money is incredible. So you start here and then you cycle out. So basically you've done your bit. You've shared it with a couple of people. Now, all of the programs that I'm sharing with you tonight, they don't necessarily need referrals in order for you to cycle out or get paid out, okay? But with Auto BTC, you're gonna have to wait a while if you don't bring in anybody and you're just relying on what we call spillover. So you can share it with a couple of people. And the way I look at it is that everybody I'm getting started into crypto, I get them signed up with this. I say, guys, you're going to need this for your education, not only just for Bitcoin, but they talk about investments, gold and silver. And what you're going to do when you start making all of this money, and you don't want to just have it all in crypto. You want to have it in, you know, gold, silver. You want to have it in different commodities. You want to have it in property and stuff like that. So they talk about this stuff. They get you a good inroad to all of this stuff. So the education is well worth it for that one time out of pocket. So you cycle out, yeah, you see that? Cycles you out, and it creates you a brand new matrix, guys. All right? Brand new matrix, fantastic. So it's not just over a one-time cycle. No, not at all. It's just the beginning, guys. So the other thing that happens is it puts you into level 1. All right. So it automatically puts you into the level 1, because level 1 was the original entry level before they created a feeder. So now it puts you into level 1. Now you can really start to get motoring. And once you're in level 1, you're going to have the same Bob and Sue following you. This is a good time to have people stalking you, right? Following your each and every move, right? You want Bob and Sue, you know, where are they gone? You want them following you, right? Throughout the program, because by you helping them and them helping themselves do what they need to do, that's going to cycle you out of level 1, which is now $630. And we know, based on what we've seen Bitcoin being right now, we know that's actually a lot more money than what I just shared with you. Now, let's go a bit further. Let's see what happens the next stage. When that cycles you out, you get a brand new matrix in level 1. And again, Bob and Sue follows you and you get paid out another 630. But also what happens is you get into level 2. So you've gone from feeder, you've gone to level 1, now you've got to level 2. And level 2 opens up that entry level for you to now cycle out again. Guys, at this point, you're making $1,900 when it cycles to you. All from that initial $70, you're now making up $1,900 just cycling and going into your level 2. Now, I'm telling you this, when it gets really exciting, guys, when it's all over the place, it's something else. You go from that level into your level 3. Level 3 payouts, guys. You check this out. I think level 2 on its own will take care of many people, especially right now, where a lot of people are losing their jobs and stuff like that. To get to this level where you get a level 2 payout of $2,000 and rolling into level 3, which pays you around $5,600. I mean, this is serious money here, guys. This is serious money from a $70 outlay, right? And you go from there, and it opens up a brand new matrix for you, and you're making that again. And now it opens you up to level 4, guys. I'm going to stop here at level 4. You're making $17,000, guys. $17,000 when you cycle out of your level 4, right? I want to show you why I love this program. You can get to a point where you're getting paid potentially on the hour. If you get your cycling going, you can get paid where you can, literally be at where you're cycling on the hour. Now, I showed you the entry level now is $100 to get started, right? and get paid out, which will mean you'll get paid out $300 on this one, and then you'll be paid out more like $1,900 on this one. Sorry, $900 on this one, and so forth and so forth, right? Your value is increasing. So it's all done by the value of Bitcoin. Your goal, like in Cash Effects, your goal in Cash Effects would be to get to $100,000 contract. Your goal here would be to get to level 6. If you get to level 6 here, guess what? Your 100K contract is sorted in Cash Effects. You could be making $153,000 on your level 6. Is this worth focusing and getting $70 to start with, or $100? Absolutely. How long is it going to take you? Who knows? Is it, regardless, who cares how long? As long as you get there, right? Forget, think about this, guys. It's not just, I've just totaled you earning on each, like one-time cycle on each of these levels. Do you realistically think that you're only going to cycle once before you get to level 6? You think you're going to cycle, like just get to level 1? You probably cycle, before you cycle out of level 1, you probably cycled on the feeder level a few times. Before you got to cycle out of level 2, you probably cycled on level 1 a few times. So I'm just showing you a one-time cycle, which is 18.21 Bitcoin. Now let's just look at this. Let's have a proper look. I'm going to go back to my my browser here, and 18.21 Bitcoin. That's $336,000. Nothing to be sniffed at. It's gone down a little bit. So nothing to be sniffed at, right? And of course, if Bitcoin goes and does what we're talking about it going to do, you definitely want to position yourself into Auto BTC, guys, and just keep working it, right? You really nothing to lose here, all to gain on this one, right? Each person at level 6 is worth 4 Bitcoin. All right, so it's powerful stuff. There's no other level for you to cycle up to, so that money's going direct to you. All these other levels opens up another level, and then when it cycles on the second time, it pays you, right? When it gets to level 6, it's paying you direct. So no messing, guys. So $70, let's say $100, right? About 70 odd quid. Take, you obviously, of course, you can, maybe take your family in. You can't take your family out. Take your family in for having a meal in, or, fill up your car or start a career with Auto BTC. Absolutely. This one will constantly keep paying you. So definitely you want to get started there. And the education part, like I said, definitely don't want to get left behind on this one, guys. Just position yourself and just get in, just get, even if you have to climb through a window, just get in and get started. Now, we've moved on from Auto BTC, guys, and we're now in Mirror Trade. And before I even talk about Mirror Trade, Auto BTC has been around, 4 years now. 4 years they've been successfully paying people out. I met up with the original founder, CEO of the company early this year in Toronto, and I didn't even realize it was him. I've known him for many years. I didn't realize it was him who created the program, and so he's created a rock solid program that's still paying on, successfully on the hour to this day. And so we're going to mix it up now. We're going to go into Mirror Trade, company that's based out of South Africa. Again, guys, you're just opening. You see how you just opened up. You've got those 7 seems to be the key factor. You've got 7 different profit streams in Auto BTC, as well as 7 different profit streams within Cash Effects. Okay, now we're going to open you up to a few more income streams in Mirror Trade International. So this company is based out in South Africa, been going since April 2019, and I love the fact that they add something that the other 2 companies that I've just shared with you don't do. Right? They're trading in Bitcoin first and foremost. So every one of us that have a Mirror Trade account, you've already made more money than when you started out, because of the fact that Bitcoin's gone up in value. So has your Mirror Trade account gone up in value. So again, you can keep your Mirror Trade money in your wallet, or you can put some of that money in your Mirror Trade account and grow your Bitcoin as they're trading for you as Bitcoin goes up in value. It's a double whammy. So they've got trading software similar to what we have in Cash Effects that trades the markets Monday to Friday, okay? But they're using crypto, right? Monday to Friday. They're not exchanging it into dollars. It stays as Bitcoin. So it's Bitcoin in, it stays at Bitcoin, Bitcoin out. All right. No joining fees, no admin fees, no subscription fees, guys. No withdrawal fees, no early withdrawal fees. Like you need to get your capital back. It's possible. All right. So very different, guys. Love this. Great compliment. This is the team behind it. They have three corporate Zooms a day. So you can tune into 3 times a day. So as I mentioned, all the payouts are done from their profits they've made. This is showing you exactly where their profits are at. And so I love the fact that everything's here. The binary commissions, you know, the members, all of that's from the trading profits, all right? And so I mentioned to you, there's no expiry of packs here. There's no packs. It's like very different on how they trade your money. You put the minimum in, they will start trading, okay? But don't make the minimums your maximum. You know, do what you can. Spread your money out in all of the phases, as I mentioned. Full transparency, guys. We're big on transparency. We went to CashFX office. We checked it out. You know, they were really trading for real. Met the people. These guys, same brain, guys. Very transparent, all right? Showing you, when you log into your back office, you can see the trades are going on. So daily compounding. Love that. I love that element, right? We're talking about building our wealth. I mean, you know, I started off today talking about, you know, the banks and of course, banks have their place. I'm not saying that they don't. But if you're just relying on that, just like if you're just relying on your job, you're never going to get to where you really financially want to be, because it's, you know, the way the system's set up. So the fact that if you can compound your money, it would be nice if the banks actually allowed us to compound. That wouldn't be so bad. You kept it in their year. They actually gave us a bit more than like 0.5%, and then compound it for you, right? This company is going to compound daily for you. So really powerful when you start compounding. Let's just look at what they've averaged out. So they've averaged about 0.5% a day. Again, I love that already. And the worst trading day is, you know, is really negligible. I mean, you know, my trading days are really horrific compared to what these guys are doing. Best trading day is made over 2% in a day. We'll take that all day long. And the worst trading month has been about 7.5%. So imagine 7.5% is their worst trading month. I'll take that. I'll absolutely take that all day long. And their best trading month has been around 13%. So they're averaging about 10% a month, guys. And the important thing is that this 10% compounded. Unbelievable. I mean, I love that. I mean, it's believable. I love that. So they have, of course, a referral plan. I'm just going to share with you very briefly what their plan is. Unlike the other programs, they have a binary. Some people like binary, some people don't. Some people like matrixes, some people don't. Guess what? You're going to get it all here tonight. So this is you at the top. Sam, underneath Sam, there's a couple of people there, maybe spillover on the side there. And it shows you just from $200, guys. $200 opens you to get paid on 10 levels. $10,000, you get paid to infinity on all of the levels, which is absolutely fantastic. I think that's really, you know, achievable first and foremost, and it's something that you don't have to have crazy amounts of money in this one company. You can just keep growing your capital as you grow, as your organization grows, and you just start with 2 people, and then whatever happens from there, those people, you earn an override. Okay, so not only is your daily returns going to increase because of the amount of money you've got in there, you're now going to open up yourself for another stream of income. And there's other different bonuses within this bonus as well. For those of you that want to know more, again, there's 3 times a day they do a webinar. So let's just recap on this. Bitcoin's only used, all payouts from profits. No new members are needed for current members to earn. You know, it's not one of those Ponzi's where, you know, they can only pay you from money from new members. If no new members are paying money, you know, we're all stuck in the same boat with a paddle not going anywhere, right? Without a paddle going anywhere. So this is what's really important here. No limits, guys, on your earning capacity. And withdraw whenever you please. That's actually should say Monday to Friday, because they only do it then. This is free to get even registered and started with, guys. So whoever's invited you on tonight, get the referral link from them. You can actually be a member for free for 7 days. Of course, they're not going to trade for you until you put at least $100 in, but you can check it out, kick the tires, be happy with it, and get started. All right. You'll see why this is really a good company. And they've got really good way of earning passive money here, right? So again, this is a recap. No registration fee, admin fee, got a good track record. No monthlies. So we don't do with the monthly, as you heard. Obviously, compounding growth, and you know, you're full of whatever you put in goes in. All of your Bitcoin, guys, goes in. Okay, very different. Like I said, to what we have. So no packages or expiry dates there. So this just shows you probably won't be able to see this in any really good light, but this shows if, you know, we don't know how long anything's going to last in this world that we're living in, right? But imagine this for one instance. This company, you pulled out you put your money in. This is just showing you put $100 in. You pulled your $100 out and you just let the company just trade, constantly trade your money year in upon year out. The money that can be generated from compounding in a 10-year period is close to $3 million from $100. I mean, this is just with it, you know, doing its thing, 10% a month on average, just knocking that out, right? And giving you that return. This is crazy money, guys, that, you know, life-changing money when you break it all down, what it can give to you. So let's move on real quick. Okay, so again, guys, I will answer all the questions that you have, and we will look at whoever's closest to when I finish tonight's webinar, if they end up getting closest to the figure. Now, finalmente is actually my final one of these programs I'm going to be sharing on tonight's webinar. Again, these guys hail out of South Africa. They've done a very good thing by, in fact, I came across these guys after joining another company that turned out to be a big scam. And I was looking for a legit company that I can not only advertise my businesses, but I can also make a return. You know, it doesn't sound like it should be such a difficult thing to do, but you know, with all these scams out there, sometimes it's difficult to navigate. So I came across this company, I checked them out, evaluated it before I started putting money in. I like what they're doing. They're doing something very different than all the other companies I've seen. They are a true out and out advertising company. You give them money to advertise, you know, you lend them your money, they're going to advertise all over the place. That's what they specialize in. And they give you a return. I thought I'll have some of that. Makes sense. So again, guys, this is a great product to not only build your income, but also to advertise whatever you're promoting right now. So let's look at this. You can go all the way up to 20 Bitcoin, depending on the plan you purchase. And if you want to go more than that, you know, you can speak to them about it. Very good. Again, they've been around since, I believe, May of last year. And I think to the public, August of last year. Their minimum plans, guys, are really inexpensive. You can get started here like $15. You know, what's that, 0.001 or for Bitcoin to get started. Let's just have a quick look at that, 0.001. So it's now about $20 to get started with their basic plan. And you can see on the presentation here, you can 7 days, it's a weekly plan. You can make 6% on that money. All right. So they're pretty much trading for, you know, that money is going to be making you money pretty much every day. And you make 6% on that money. Okay. And they show you maturity, what we end up with 106. And then repurchase contribution is the amount that still remains in the account. So you can withdraw all of your principal, but you can get your principal out of this company, just like you can with Mirror Trade, if you need it before time. So if you want to go up in value, they got other ones here, 0.035, slightly more, pays you slightly better. And there's, I'm going to share with you some of the other options you have through being a member here. All right. So let's have a look here, what we've got in more detail. I'm going to show you this spreadsheet. It shows you some of the plans that we work with, and it actually gives you an idea of what you could be doing by getting started with this one. So again, as a disclaimer says, it's a model to help you determine the best application for your own strategy. It is not deemed as financial advice. So you can see here, guys, you've got the Uno Classic that I mentioned, pays 6%, all the way up to 7.85%. A week. They've got some plans that pay 14 days. They've got some plans that pay 28 days. But ultimately, you can make a withdrawal every 7 days. All right. And this is where that word I mentioned earlier, the compounding word, kicks in like something I've never, well, I have seen before, but I didn't expect it when I first came across this company. So you can summarize where you're at, how you want to play it, which ones you want to go into. So let me look at this. Bitcoin. Oh my God. I mean, it's amazing. When I first got this spreadsheet, Bitcoin was around 11,400. That wasn't too long ago. And now let me just put in the actual amount. If I put in one Bitcoin, so it's 18,430, or maybe close to some of your guys guesses tonight. So 18,430. So that's the price of Bitcoin. And so what it will do, it will just work out maybe which is going to be the best for you if you're going to compound. It could be the trade business plan, gives 550% over the course of the year. If you want your money back the quickest, maybe in 11 weeks or 10 weeks, it could be one of these other plans that will show you this one here, you can get your money back within 10 weeks, but you need 1.5 Bitcoin to get started. Or this one is 11 weeks, which is 0.1 of a Bitcoin. And so you can work it out, whichever one works for you. So this is a nice way of you checking it out. I'm going to share with you just to do different ways in which you can work this out for yourself in terms of the amount of money you're going to start with. Like I said, I'm going to put in today's amount of Bitcoin, 18,430. And I'm going to say, I'm going to put in 0.1 of a Bitcoin, which will be around 1,800 bucks or something like that, right? So week 1 to week 11 is going to allow me to make money and pull it all out. Then from week 11, I've not got none of my own money in the program. That money's out and I'm doing whatever I want with it, maybe in some of the other phases. But this goes on to produce, if I let that run, just like I showed you an example with Mirror Trade, if I let that run for the course of the year, that goes on to make $32,000. All right, none of my money in the program anymore. Okay, and if you want to withdraw some of your money as you go, some of the profits is made on top of your own money. Of course, it's up to you. But if you want to let it run for the year, this gives you an idea the kind of money you could be making, over close to $32,000. It's incredible, guys. So you can play around with these numbers, work it out for yourself. Just want to show you real quick here on that same plan. If you compounded for 11 weeks, you can see where you get your money back. If you didn't, and you just like took your money out every single week, the same thing, you'll just basically take 31 weeks for you to get your money out. All right. So different ways. The power of compounding cannot be understated. Just absolutely. If you can just keep, if you're not in a hurry to get your seed capital back, compound it, and then, take all your money out the program if you so wish, do a withdrawal as it shows you there. And then from week 12 onwards, boom, it's all profit, nothing but profit. So that's the one way you can look at Finalmente. They've got a great advertising site to it. You can see here, earnings daily. They do have a daily, but it's more really for testing, weekly, fortnightly, monthly. And then the referral plan is, personals, you earn 3%, 2% on them, and then to 2 levels below 1% each. So got 4 different levels of referral income you can generate from deposits being put in the program. Okay, so guys, I'm gonna just briefly talk about this last phase, mortgage notes, because it's a seasonal thing. Well, not so much seasonal, but it's a class-based thing. So whenever they have, I like that program too. It's fantastic. Whenever they have a new class available, you can learn how to basically, again, step in the shoes of a banker, right? In real estate, without you having to visit a property, without you having to deal with tenants and all this kind of stuff, right? Without having to fix up properties, none of that kind of stuff. You can earn money passively and on your own basis, on your own terms, guys. So again, I'm gonna leave the final word with Warren Buffett, who talks about if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will be working until the day you die. And ain't that the truth, right? So we are talking about leveraging your money, guys, putting your money to work, make your money work harder for it than you are doing. And ultimately, you want to spread it out amongst all of the different companies that we have. So I did want to close on that note because I want to briefly talk about the last, Harold, you're way too late to put a quote in for what Bitcoin is, because that happened ages ago. So I'm going to look at, or whoever's on Harold's account, I want to look at, first and foremost, I want to stop the clock on, we're an hour in. and Bitcoin is 18,400. So I want to quickly look at who is the closest person to 18,400. So we've got 479. That's looking close. We've got 465. That's looking even closer. And I'm not sure what number that is, Julian. That's like 1 million or something. So it looks like we do have Alison Wood Pringle. You are, I'm going to double check. I've got another assistant to check on this, but you've got 18,465 and we are dead on 18,460. So that is pretty darn good. All right, so I'm going to send you, we'll connect afterwards. I want to send you some Bitcoin. That's me. I'm going to send you some Bitcoin to your account. I'll send you about $50 or something like that, right? So let's have a look at, so well done on that. I did want to quickly talk about the new phase, and I want to let me just stop the recording at this point, and we'll talk about the new phase coming out. So